Went live on
monthly
Facebook.
payment.
Well, and that's, yeah, that was the thing. I'm just looking at it because I'm making some changes for marketing
Yeah.
over the next 90 days, and
You gotta make
And,
a change.
A lot of folks will. You can use if you've got a house and you're wanting to build a house. A lot of folks can use their home equity, their equity in their home to, instead of getting a construction loan for
Yeah.
X amount of dollars, then once you sell your old house, you pay that sucker off. There's a lot. It's a good, again, it's like everything else.
Yeah.
If used wisely, it's a great product. If not,
Everything.
yeah, it is like everything done right and responsibly. It's a very good thing. If not, it's
Just
not.
like pot.
Yeah, exactly.
Or alcohol.
But I've not heard that. I'll look into that. But that's what you were saying. I've not heard that
Quintus.
yeah, from the Fed/quarterly meeting.
I shared the show.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I shared it. You already did. I just saw yours. It said the Travis Reed.
To the group.
Sorry.
The groups.
My sisters are watching. Hi, Whitney K. Hey, girl. Hey. How you doing, Whitney K? I like to go, hi. Oh, my God. He showed up.
Well, hell, I guess I got to go home now.
I had no reason to have to stop by his house at all. He's here.
Well, copy a squad, hon.
Eli, do you want to use my ashtray?
Eli doesn't smoke. That's the joke there. He doesn't.
His hand. That's why I asked him.
Well, I'll be doggone.
Y'all want to do a podcast?
Yeah.
Do I need to come sit over there by you?
Me and Brandon are going to smoke.
Chris Farmer. What up, Jimmy Neutron?
Hello, Chris Farmer. Hello, Jimmy
Until
Newton.
the show's over, it gets me paranoid when I know a bunch of people are looking at me, and I'm all high.
And Farmer.
What are you talking about?
Alyssa, you on the board, ma'am?
We live? Yeah. Either way, I still can't.
I'm not on the camera.
You're not.
That's the way I like it.
What, you got a Stella Artois?
Stella Artois, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's fancy, you know.
It's a non-A. It's a non-A.
It's nah. Oh, yeah, on the board already. DK Metcalf scored a touchdown.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
Dang it.
I think I had to wind up starting him because I had somebody.
Sports.
Hello, Dad.
I know who you're playing.
D's. Hello, Cole.
What's up, Brandon?
Where's the
Cool.
follow?
I hope all is well with you, Cole. I miss you, buddy. Are you tinting windows? I miss you too, Farmer. Chris Farmer.
I don't know what that big is.
It's right there.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was looking right at it when I said it's right there.
Yeah, I can't see what you're looking at.
I'm sorry. I thought you.
Huh? Does Eli know what's going on? Look, Brandon even misses you.
Oh, I miss you too, Brandon.
Fine, I don't miss you, Brandon. That's fine, man.
I wish Brandon was here right now. I'd hug his neck.
I would too. That moist muffin.
It is
Hey, y'all are my.
moist.
You'll hear this later in the show, Brandon. Y'all are my most played artists last year on my Spotify. I don't know if Adam told you.
Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. I know a little bit about Window Tint. I mean, not how to do it, but I've sold it.
I know what it is.
I've sold it for a nice, excellent gentleman named Scott Sanderson. He runs Razor's Edge Window Tint. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I'm visiting him tomorrow morning, as a matter
know.
of fact, to get my tent fixed up. I got a couple bubbles popping up.
He's doing Emma's car. Body shop's taking Emma's car over to Scott. I'll have Scott do it.
Man, you know what? Scott's a good tent guy. He's one of the best around ever.
He's just a good guy.
He's a great guy. He's better than a good guy. But as far as tent's concerned, he's the best around in my eyes.
So you bet.
No one's ever going to keep him down.
Oh, no.
I miss Yvette too. Where's Yvette been?
little off key, I think, there, Tooth. If you
No,
stop
man,
that.
it was in 16.
No, was it?
Yeah, you don't know nothing about rhythm.
Nobody in this room does.
That's not true.
None of us can dance.
I didn't say anything about dancing.
Sir,
I think both y'all are
this guy.
metrics.
I don't care.
What are you stepping outside for?
I asked because I'm courteous.
What y'all got to do?
I don't like when
24
I don't like that.
I love the irony. He had to borrow my lighter.
Well, I'd give him one.
Uh-huh. No. I'm sparking again, buddy. Come on.
You know, I found that a lighter is, even if you're not a smoker, is very handy to have.
Yes.
A lighter, fingernail clippers, a pocket knife, and a bottle opener,
Gotta have.
and a flashlight.
Oh, I need a flashlight.
Oh, I was going to check the. So the daggum Seahawks have already scored.
Yep. Yeah, I am playing.
Ready when you are, Alexis.
Playing me.
November 30th, 2023, live from a caloric surplus. It's the Everyday Joe Show with the magistrate of music,
I'm
Tooth,
playing your.
the wordiest of wordsers, Bull. Tonight at the Financial and Stock Desk, Bradley Ramsey and Eli. Also, the Sultan of Sandwiches and your Joe Show host, the Travis Reed. Take it away, sir.
All right, y'all ready to do this?
Ha! Waiting on you, Travis.
All right, everybody, welcome to the
Next episode.
of the Everyday Joe Show. We host the Travis Reed. You might have heard me before.
I have.
Thank you. All right, guys, we are back in the saddle. Here we go. I don't know if we're going to remember how to do this. Episode 316, Studio 11.
It's not starting off real good, is it?
No, I'm just kidding. I did that because you're here and you call it Studio XL. Well, your wife does.
I don't.
You don't.
11.
11.
Like at 11 car.
11.
2311.
11. That's right. Tooth's back. How are you now?
Not so bad, how are you now?
That's about good news.
Thank you for asking. How are you now?
You're welcome. What are you drinking?
Man, it's Dr. Pepper minus 23 flavors. By God, it's awesome!
Did we get loud on purpose? Or?
Yeah, man, because I just wanted Dr. Pepper to know that I'm still excited about their drink. I mean, the authentic blend of 23 flavors, you can't top that.
Yeah, no.
Getting a lot of 11 tonight.
I like it
Do you know why I'm getting a lot of 11?
because you're in Studio 11.
And
That's my favorite number.
those
That's
are
all I
both
got.
true. Those are both true. I'm just saying there's one more reason.
That's all I got.
Is that a prime number?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
They're making a sequel to Spinal Tap.
Oh, yeah?
Hence the
Going
11.
up to 11.
Because this one goes up to 11. This one goes up to,
To
11.
11. Won't you just make 10 a little louder?
But this one goes up to 11.
Thanks for being here, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate you. Did you know Bull was here?
I do now. Bo,
Yeah, Travis.
how are you now?
Good.
How's that gum?
So, over the holiday break, I become a gum chewer.
Did you?
Yeah.
I hear that. So
Chew gum now a lot.
Do you?
I kind of feel like right now, I feel like you're a baseball team manager for like the single A division.
I
Yeah.
was thinking, and stay with me, I was thinking he is the truck driver for a single A baseball team that's hauling their equipment.
You know? I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yep.
Be there 2 hours for a game.
He still wears those 80s
The
style
bike
bo-
shorts.
Well, I was thinking the pants, the ball pants, you know, that are made of the same ball material. And he has his polo tucked in.
Yes.
Yeah, I could have played AAA, but unfortunately my father fell ill he had the thing, and I had to work for him.
And he had to have the Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
I don't even know, Tommy. Oh. Well, how are you, sir? What are you drinking?
I didn't know that.
Having a mellow yellow.
They call it mellow yellow.
Golly, it's terrible. Sorry.
Man, nobody's in on it. What's
Huh?
going on?
Nobody's harmonizing.
Oh man, what's happening?
I'm
Bull,
about to
thanks for being here.
punch
What kind of gum do you have?
Yellow.
So it's It's super extra, Travis. Super extra.
Is it super
I
extra?
swear I thought he was going to say fruit stripe.
Yeah. No, he already been done with it.
I was going to say he'd been over by now.
Yeah.
He'd be
went
on his
through the whole
third piece for the fruit stripe.
Yeah, I'm an experienced gum chewer now. I know about that fruit stripe.
Stay away from it.
I want to last the whole show.
Huh? Oh, goodness.
Query.
Yes.
What's your gum of choice?
My gum of choice. I like the little the icebreaker little cubes, the grape flavor.
I do enjoy a grape bubble gum.
Yeah.
What about you, Bradley? I'm sorry I'm hijacking it, but I'm curious
Yeah.
to know.
Anything cinnamon. I like
I
cinnamon
like that
gum.
burn.
My favorite gum?
Big red.
No, man, I'm a juicy fruit's probably my favorite gum flavor. But when I buy gum, it's like Winter Fresh.
You want a
or
minty
Wintergreen. I'm a
gum?
mint gum.
I like the yellow pack juicy fruit, but I'm on Mentos tonight. So
I used to enjoy the grape flavored Hubba Bubba.
Oh, delicious. That's a delicious gum.
That's
but
nostalgia.
that's an eating gum.
That
that's
is
not a chewing
nostalgia.
gum.
Yeah.
That's a eating.
My mom said when she called from the hospital to talk to me after she'd had Nicholas, she said, "Guess what? I've got a little brother for you that I'm bringing home." And I said, "Oh, well, Dad bought me some great bubble gum today."
always pulling that trump card.
I was very excited.
That's a man that loves his bubble gum.
That's
right.
right. Eli Kidder,
It is.
how are you, sir?
I'm all right. Having the scoots. I've had the scoots earlier today, but other than that, I'm great.
Had the scoots for a week or a month. I
You
should
had the
say.
virus.
I did have the virus. I had something. Still got a little touch, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
You've been touched ever since I met you.
Don't tell me, buddy.
Right there in the head. He even went like that.
What are you having there?
I'm
bud?
having a Stella Artois.
Yeah, what's that?
Nah.
Liberté.
Liberté.
My bad. That's on me. That's my bad.
Because it's alcohol free.
Yes. Is it good stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Is that your favorite nah beer? Or is it more readily available while you get it?
No, it actually tastes like beer. I don't feel that the Heineken tastes much like beer. The Corona does, and then the Busch NA. Ugh.
Nah.
You were definitely against
Yeah,
that
you
last
remember?
you brought it in.
I remember.
Yeah, you
didn't
talked
like
about it the whole show.
It was awful.
I have found that Miller Lite tastes a lot like beer.
It does. I don't care as much for the Miller Lite now since I've been drinking this a little more bitter,
He's
hoppier
bougie.
beer.
Right.
He's bougie.
Oh,
Well, that's
yeah.
skunky. Once you go skunk.
Once you go skunk, you don't go back.
Well, you know, I've got a
Word.
Stella Artois glass that I'm going to bring you. It's scored in the
I
bottom.
was going to gift it to you.
I'm going to gift it to you.
You wouldn't.
I would actually because I love you. Genuinely, with my heart.
Well, Eli's good to see you.
My heart grew like the Grinch's just then.
Did it?
Saw it happen.
Yeah, oh, went back down. Just saw it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's gone.
It's cold outside.
It is cold. I was in the pool.
He was in the pool.
That's what I love. The Family Guy were like, your heart just grew 3 times the size. Is that because the Christmas spirit's like, no, it's terminal. No, it's terminal.
Brad Jones, Carly Barton. Bradley Ramsey.
Hello, sir.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good.
Good,
I'm
man.
glad to be here.
What you got in that stovepipe there?
That
Different kind of
is-
stovepipe now.
That is water, but I believe I'm going
That's
to
Contigo.
enjoy one of Eli's non-alcoholic beverages here
I
shortly.
was just about to ask you that. I don't know if I've seen you drinking non-alcoholic beer since you've been sober almost 10 years now.
It'll be 9 years. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, it was 9 years yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I like to have one or two every once in a while. I mean, it's, as my brother would say, all non-alcoholic beer does is get you bloated without the buzz.
Yeah.
But when I figured out I could enjoy one or two and not get the desire for the real thing, I've been, when I go visit with Eli, he and we like to sit down and have a few near beers. And
Near beers.
Tell the good stories about the good old days.
What's your Mark Anderton from an Aussie in Kansas? What do you do?
Kansas,
A
Missouri.
hitched Aussie
Yeah.
in Kansas. He's
yeah.
hitched.
How about that? Brad, what's your NA of choice?
I've grown quite fond of the Stella myself.
Have you?
That's, I think me and Eli both landed on that and decided we sampled several and decided that was the one
way
that
to
we
go.
both quite. I've trying to think if there's another one that's a close second, but generally I run out to Interstate Liquor and pick up a 6-pack of those. That's
That Pilsner's good. Family Pils.
yeah, the one at the one they carry at Common John. I do
It
like
is
that
good.
one,
It
and
is
I
delicious.
and I like that Parallel, the sour that they have.
Right.
I'll usually if I go up there for Singo, I'll get one of those Pilsners and then I'll get a Parallel. And by the time
The Parallel, is that what, or the Pilsner, is that what Bubba was drinking? He was drinking. He really likes a non-alcoholic up there, and it's in like an orange
Yes.
colored can.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first part I seen was first person I saw drink it was Bubba.
There's a place in Nashville, and I'll have to ask Lee what the name is, but it's close to where Lee and Jessica live, and they have a non-alcoholic beer, and that's really, you can't find that anywhere, but it's really good. I don't even remember the name of it.
The best ones are the ones you can't find anywhere, I've noticed.
Yes, of anything.
Honestly, I mean, I'm being for real.
Yeah.
The stuff you have the hardest time finding is always the best stuff.
A lot of men have been having a lot of luck in the Philippines.
I have heard that actually.
But you got to be careful. I won't
We,
go any further.
we're gonna call that luck. Charlie Gonzalez, he says the Athletic NA selection is great.
I like the yellow can athletic, not the blue. That's the ones that we tried. One was the hoppy IPA.
That's right. I got you.
The ale, I guess.
So y'all got like a NA club going on over here.
We're kind of like the guys, Common John, that go to all these craft breweries.
Yeah, y'all are not the NA guys.
We're the NA guys. We're like, hey, let's sit around and talk about non-alcoholic beers.
I am
They're less
appreciative.
hoppy. They're more smooth.
I am extremely appreciative, though, that a lot of these companies have started. I mean, you see them a lot more. They're more
Being
readily
more
available.
inclusive.
They're more readily available.
Golly, I feel woke drinking this thing.
You are woke. And the company is woke because they're
got
including.
Miller in there.
No, all I got is sponsored beer this week. Last week I had a non-sponsored beer, but got me some straight and air in a can.
What kind?
What I got?
What kind?
Straight and air.
What kind?
Who makes it?
Straight
The
and air.
tooth in the can. Oh.
Yeah, the tooth in the can.
He likes it in the can.
The
Wait.
tooth in the can.
No, wait, not tooth in the can.
Oh,
Anyway, have a drink. What's it taste like this evening? Pinky's out. How's it taste, Travis?
it tastes like Larry Brigman had a hand in this.
His whole hand?
That's a warm embrace.
It was a strong hand. It's hugging me like Larry.
Oh,
What it's
man,
doing.
there's nothing better than that.
He about squeezed a fart out of me there on that one. He hugged me so hard.
Got air in
Golly,
his tooth.
huh?
Got air in your tooth.
Do. All right, guys, we're going to take a first break here. We come back. We're going to talk a little bit, very little bit about some Black Friday shopping. I had a good time.
I like Black Friday shopping.
Yeah, I didn't do it the whole day. Talk a little bit about Matt Rife and Shane Gillis. Talk about those fellas next segment. A little bit later, we got the Common John update, and we got lunchtime theater and music of the week. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Ah, get the app.
Was you trying to end it?
No, I'm saying,
I thought you were saying, I'm like, yeah, he's going to the house.
He's like, Eli's here. I'm going home.
We're going to stay on
Hey,
Facebook.
bull, stay live on Facebook.
Yeah.
I forgot to fix the lower third description. No, you did. Thursday on Thursday. I like it. Never mind.
don't worry about
you
what
ain't-
your
I'm
ass
stupid.
has to
Yeah,
say.
it's all good.
Chew
Thank
your
you.
gum and keep
Episode
being
316.
awesome. That's right, boss. Pop that bubble.
Yeah.
You got to do one of them.
You know what?
Pull your pants up just a little.
Oh, I do.
Don't forget we're still live. You know, two things. This thing, little Listerine.
The squirt thing, yeah.
Man, them things is all right.
It's a powerful little shot of freshness.
Yeah,
isn't it?
man. And another thing, I forgot about these little tutors.
Oh, is that a Vixen Hay?
Oh, yeah. Those are the best.
Yeah.
I sent Jane with one at the school. Keep her cough under control. It's been keeping it under control.
That Vix.
Yeah.
When I was,
Do you put cocaine in that? Or?
well, I mean, you probably could, but
Probably could. Yeah, you're
I remember ninth grade when I was at Westwood. Half the school had the flu and all stuffy and stuff. So we had that. What's the Nason or something like that?
Nasonex, the
Nason-
spray.
Yeah, we had that spray. Well, it was like mentholated. So I remember I had it first. My grandma got me some of that. So I'm taking school. Everybody's like, "Man, what is that?" I'm like, "What's this?" And
Let me hit that.
yeah, let me hit that. Next thing I know, 5 people the next day got it. About the second, third day, we're squirting each other with it in the halls, walking down the hallway. We weren't allowed to have it anymore.
Well, you know that stuff has got
It's
an amphetamine in it, a small amount. Have you ever seen Crank with Jason Statham when he's trying to keep his heart rate up? That's what they tell him. Said, you know, he just grabs a ton of nasal spray and he's just shooting. But yes, that's its habit forming.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's and
Talk about where's my spy? Where's my
that stuff
spy?
was good. Then I had the crud the other day, and Megan sent me some stuff through Walmart to the house, and got one of those little tutors. I was like, man, I forgot about these things even existed. They're so nice. They'll clear you up for about 10 minutes. Then you got to do it again.
Man, if you're not feeling good, if you're all congested and stuff, there's nothing that feels better than a hot shower and then that Vicks vapor rub on your chest and just.
And a solid breathing treatment.
Yeah, breathing treatment ain't bad. But that Vicks vapor rub, when you go to bed, that's some good sleep right there. Man, I wish I had some.
Tune
But-
in next commercial break when we go over comfortable beds and lukewarm socks.
Thank you for the stars, man.
sir.
Thank you for the stars.
Serta, son, serta.
Mark Anderton, he says NA beer's like making love in a kayak. It's effing close to water.
What's that? The best one's John Daly. He said,
Oi, oi, oi.
John Daly said, drinking non-alcoholic beers like getting Hooters food to go.
It's like kissing your. I mean, it's different.
Man.
Hooters
Mark.
food to go.
Mark
John Daly
Anderton.
also pissed away several $1 million making bad decisions.
I've
when
heard
he
that,
drank
Farmer.
too much beer.
So Dale Brandon.
Do you see that thing where
All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show. Brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 316. Tooth, Bull, Eli Kidder, Bradley Ramsey, me, the Travis Reed. I just interrupted Eli and talked.
I was fixing to say, do you remember that episode when you interrupted Eli? It was tonight.
Thank you, Mother. Oh, I love it.
You're supposed to say, I'm sorry, but, or no, excuse me.
No offense, but
Oh,
no. How was it? You come up with it.
I know. I come up with so many things. I'm very smart.
Not really, but
you are burned? Now you made me lose track of what I was going to say.
well, did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Eat a lot.
I had one of the better Thanksgivings.
Man, that's what me and Tooth we did a
Good company.
Facebook Live
That.
last Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and talking about all the food. Me and him starving to death at the end.
I was hungry.
We was about to go to the food truck and make food. We were that hungry.
I was really offering to pay him to do it,
And then he left, went home.
and ate.
But man, I had fantastic food all day, and we wrapped ours up on. Had another one on Sunday, so I got to eat turkey for like a week.
My wife went all out, and I mean, she did a picnic ham. She did
It's delicious.
the turkey that she does she bastes it and all that jazz and does the brine, and she did the turkey, and she had two kinds of turkey and then the ham and all the sides. She made all kinds of sides, man. There's macaroni and cheese is there. There was my stepmom brought the green beans wrapped in bacon and barbecue sauce, the little green bean bundles.
You
and
was
they
talking
were
about those last Monday.
Those were the best ones
Or
I've
Tuesday.
ever had, dude. They were better than any ones my dad's ever made.
That's
They
good.
were phenomenal.
What did you call them?
I call them green bean bundles. At Halloween, they're witch's toes, but they're green beans. You take a bundle of green beans, you wrap a piece of bacon around it, and you baste it with some barbecue sauce, stick a toothpick through it,
What's up, Kent?
stick it in the oven. And they're delicious.
That sounds
I was
awesome.
going to say, it sounds excellent.
They're absolutely delicious.
Because green beans and bacon go together anyway, and then throw barbecue sauce on top. I'm down.
The key is getting the bacon done enough.
Yeah.
My dad's have always been good, but for my liking, the bacon's just not quite done enough when he does them. I don't know what she did different, if she's using smaller pieces, but it was the perfect texture.
And you're very particular about your
Very
bacon cook.
picky about my bacon.
Well, you know when the bacon's done cooking because the stove timer dings.
Yeah, buddy.
That's how you know the bacon's done.
Absolutely. But she did an excellent job. The perfect amount of green beans in each one.
The ratio was on point.
How do we make
proportional.
green beans as unhealthy as possible?
Let's wrap them in bacon and throw some barbecue.
Yeah, but we're
What
not
about some brown sugar?
Yeah,
on
there
top?
we go. We're not quite there with the bacon. but we're
Yes.
getting
Yeah?
Sprinkle some on. That's how you. Yeah.
that sounds
the roll.
That's how they come out in service.
Sounds
I like
great.
it. Yeah, I had good food. I think I just now got rid of all the food today, so it was a good time, man. That's what I was telling Tooth last Tuesday on the show. How much I like Thanksgiving because you don't expect anything. There's no presents. You might draw names for Christmas, but there's no gifts. None, the only thing that's expected of you is just don't mess with the mac and cheese. Don't do some kind of BS recipe and bring it. Oh man, that woman
I
go.
love-
Have you seen that? It's like a reel or a TikTok.
I'm
it's
so
on the TikTok.
sorry.
And-
I just had the biggest epiphany ever. I'm so sorry. Your mom made me a pie, and I totally forgot.
yeah, that's why she told everybody how about you tonight on the show, on the comments.
Oh, I didn't see it. Hi, Pam.
But this lady,
That's messed up. She really did. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't do it intentionally. God darn it.
this mama is just chastising this. I'm assuming her daughter or her niece or somebody like that
I've seen it.
about don't mess with the mac and cheese. You come in here with some BS, mess with mac and cheese, and you were told not to. Some of this stuff you've seen on the internet and TV, and you come in here messing with the.
Who
blanket.
put eggs in the mac and cheese?
I felt it. Like I felt bad for the girl. First of all, she made a bad decision. Second of all, now she's paying for that
She
decision.
made terrible mac and cheese also.
Oh man,
Terrible.
it's hilarious. You gotta check if you can find them. Just search mac and cheese Thanksgiving.
Emma told Ashley this year, she says, Mom, she said, will you just make some plain dressing? Like no Pinterest dressing, no cranberries and almonds and apricots. She goes, will you just make some plain dressing? And Ashley's like, well, yeah, I guess. so she did. You know, 'cause she's always trying something.
Oh, yeah.
And was like, spinning off that video, please, Mom, just make regular dressing.
Well, there are some things that you're not supposed to be messed with.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
That's one of them.
yeah, mac and cheese. You know, Granny Gran, she puts Jimmy Dean sausage in her dressing, and it is fantastic. Fantastic.
I've never had dressing with meat in it.
But
other
only
than
Jimmy
chicken.
Dean?
Only Jimmy Dean. Don't
about-
you come in her house with anything?
No Rudy's Farm?
No.
No Swaggerties?
Nope. Jimmy Dean.
just Jimmy
I think she had a
Dean.
crush on Jimmy Dean.
I prefer Jimmy Dean.
I like Jimmy Dean.
I like Jimmy Dean's hot sausage.
Nobody
Sausage.
doesn't like him.
That's what I've heard. I heard that.
Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee.
Heard it.
Well,
So-
we're gonna throw Jimmy Dean in there just because.
Speaking of my grandma, I got to tell a story on my grandmother. She may get mad at me for saying this, but I don't know. So she texted me yesterday, and the only thing the body of the text read was 3. So I'm like, hell yeah, praise down. I mean,
3-car.
3-car Intimidator. And so I text her back, and I'm like, LOL 3? Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I was trying to change the channel on the TV.
Well, wrong remote.
Yeah. So I text Bones and tell him today, and he was like, "Man, I think she's on that purple drink. I ain't real sure, but
That purple drink.
yeah." Mom's in the floor laughing, about to have a stroke. Yeah, poor girl. I love that woman. Love her. We had a good time over at Grand Grand Zone for Thanksgiving for sure. We had they showed out with the dinner for dang sure. All right, guys. So we like comedians. We've talked about comedians on the show several times. One of our new favorites is Matt Rife. And one thing he hated was social media, and that's how he kind of gained his popularity by doing the crowd work. Well, he released a Netflix special. I've seen it. Have you seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces. I've not sat down to watch it.
Tooth?
I got about 7 minutes in, and I felt like I couldn't do anymore.
Bull?
I'm not a Matt Rife fan.
I got a buddy that's got tickets to go see him.
I heard about that. But, you like him or Bert Kreischer better?
God, I wish they would both go skydiving and their parachute not open till later so they could lose their memory but not die, because I'm not an evil person and I don't want their families to suffer, and I never want them to do a Netflix special again.
Okay.
That was really specific.
It was very Pacific. I think you've been studying on that.
I wrote it down.
He said, man, I can't wait till Travis asks me this question.
Dear
He does
Journal.
not want them to be fatally injured, but he does want them to maybe have the
Poop scare.
frightening experience that scares the comedy out of them.
Yes. Well, that's okay. Bradley, have you seen it?
I have not. Like Eli, I've seen
Save
clips
yourself
of
a
it,
nickel.
but it's just one of those that it popped up on Netflix. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch that, and then something else popped up,
And
and I
then
watched it.
you
instead.
watc't it and you were just like, oh.
Nah, I don't dislike
dirty.
Matt Rife. I listened to his first a comedy special, OnlyFans, I think it was. Thought it was okay, but he's good. I applaud him for all his success. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm more of a Bill Burr, Tom Segura guy.
Oh, you mean good comedians? Oh,
Well, I was gonna say and Bert
Hey, Bert
Kreischer's
Kreischer's funny.
Bert
dude. I don't
Kreischer's
care
up
what you
there for
say.
me too. But I know in this room I don't need to bring him up.
Listen, he's got, and I'm being very fair and very unbiased. He has got some very funny bits, but
Who are we talking about?
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer.
He's got some very funny bits. But even the first one you had me watch, Secret Time, was the first one you had me watch.
Secret Time.
Even it, I've not seen anything Bert Kreischer that was funny all the way through. Not anything, personally.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I agree.
He's
There are
not
very
ver-
few though that keep you laughing the whole way through.
And I'm not even going to argue that because that's pretty accurate. But
Yeah, even Tom Segura's new special, which I think has got some brilliant bits.
Sledgehammer?
Yeah, but there's a couple of moments in there where he's like, this is your pee break moment where you.
Yeah.
And
Here's a low.
Do y'all notice? And I will get back to the topic here. The older you get, like it takes more for you to laugh. Or when I watch a comedy special by myself, like I was
are
telling
we talking
him,
about farting or like
Just
humor?
anything.
Humor. 'Cause farting, you laugh just as easy as.
oh yeah, I'll fart and by myself and laugh.
Oh.
Yeah, but like there, it has to be like if I'm by myself and I watch something funny, I rarely laugh out loud. You know what I mean? I think either I need somebody with me to laugh when I'm watching something funny, or it just takes more to make me laugh.
did you watch? Go ahead.
If something makes me laugh out loud alone, I'm with you on that. I've never thought about the alone part, but yeah, if I'm at home and I genuinely
lol?
laugh at LOL, then I was like, wow. That's when you're like searching for it on that clip on YouTube, so you send it to all your friends. It's like this just made me laugh
Like when
out
Shane
loud at
Gillis does the
9:45.
plane skit. I laughed out loud
Yes.
by myself when these people, when he's like, hey, this is Rip with the Red Brown.
But I'm also
such
very
a job.
particular.
And it's the best.
Like Larry the Cable Guy sells out arenas. I don't find him funny. The goofy humor doesn't do it for me. I need a little bit of an edge to it.
Yeah,
Like, I want you to be.
Yeah, come full circle with
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, and
I
speaking.
like humor that makes you think a little bit. Too,
Yes.
Personally.
Yeah, I like that where he tells a joke and then 5 minutes later you're like, oh, geez, I get it now. I like that kind of stuff.
Or
Not
they
all
do-
the time.
Or where
but-
they do a callback, like they'll tell a story at the beginning, then
Bill
do their
Burr.
whole set, and then at the very end they end it with a throwback to the 1st joke.
And you're like,
I love
yes.
I
My
think
that.
favorite.
That's storytelling.
Dave Chappelle does that excellently in Killing Them Softly.
Yes.
I think he actually does a perfect full circle.
Isn't it, hey baby? And
I stuck in the club.
The baby kept running. Well, this one, and you know, Taylor Tomlinson's her last two specials has been phenomenal, and not this one, but the previous one. You're talking about Lowell through the entire thing by yourself. It's hilarious, and I'm going to ruin one of her jokes, which is phenomenal. But she said everybody's always coming to her like, "Must be amazing. Like you're doing great in your career. You're making tons of money. You're in the digital age, and you can just meet people on." She was like, "Have you tried?" She goes, "The idea of talking to a 24-year-old man." She goes, "Trying to get a 24-year-old man to put a prophylactic on is like trying to get a elementary school kid to put a coat over their Halloween costume." It's like, oh, you're gonna ruin it. You won't even be able to see it.
I mean, kind of right, kind of right.
You're gonna ruin it.
So the thing about Matt Rife, like he was all over the Facebook Reels, TikToks, Instagram Reels, everything, all the time for months. You know, and I enjoyed every one I watched. I've not seen since his Netflix special came out. I've not seen him as much. Now, on my algorithm, on my Reels, my TikToks, and my Instagram Reels, it's Shane Gillis. Now, we have mentioned him because I just went back in my notes and I wrote his name down several shows ago.
Because I brought him up.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is it because of that? Is it the algorithm? Is it changing because Matt Rife's kind of? And I'm not falling off. Dude's successful, and I wish him the best. I'm not saying that, and I still think he's funny. But is it just taking over somebody, just pushing Shane Gillis? What do you think?
Okay, so I'm going to give an opinion, complete opinion.
No, that's fine.
I think that somehow, I'm not saying there's no algorithm, but I think that somehow maybe there is somewhat of a delay on who sees what when. because I'm saying this because when I was talking about Shane Gillis, I was still seeing my Matt Rife, but those were my two most frequent comedians in my reels that would pop up, pretty automatic. And I talked about it however many weeks ago pretty regularly, to the point like I've showed so many people the skits of the plane skit and the car lot salesman skit and weeks ago. And now it's starting to happen to you. So I'm wondering if maybe there's this many people get this for this length of time, and then it's going to kind of rotate out so everybody's getting it, but it's not all at the same time. So
Yeah,
it
it's-
keeps it viral longer.
And it,
Is that plausible? That's my opinion.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's my algorithm, what I'm seeing, because they're showing me this, and then they show me that's the kind of an algorithm.
And it could just be that, Shane Gillis is Matt Rife. A lot of his stuff that he was putting out there was just the crowd work. It's because I heard him on Tom Segura's show where he said
Two Bears.
he doesn't want to put his actual bits out there because he wants people to come to the show to see those.
Right.
So he's playing bigger places. Maybe he just doesn't have as much of that crowd work to put out there, so there's not the content either.
Right.
And Shane Gillis is right now kind of the comedian of the hour. Had that special on Netflix blew him up, and so more people are searching him. So maybe his people are putting more stuff out there, and
Could be.
Matt Rice people are pulling back a little bit.
Right. Which I think that and even to Matt Rife's his Netflix special, he kind of like he toes the line a little bit on a couple of jokes. He's like, I just seen if y'all gonna be fun tonight, because some of the jokes you're like, geez, dude. But I mean, I thought it was funny.
I like shock humor. It doesn't bother me.
Well, that
That's
was
what comedy's to me. That's what
Yeah.
comedy's
That's
for.
the biggest criticism I've read of it, is that a lot of folks said it felt like he was trying to be controversial, which only enticed me to want to watch it more. It's like, well, if he's trying to make people mad, I want to see this.
I was getting a lot of Jeff Leeson. I think you and I both were.
Yeah.
And Shane Gillis, like he's talking about, I listen to Two Bears weekly, and they're big fans. Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer are huge fans.
What happened with him? He was supposed to write for Saturday Night Live or be on Saturday Night Live. It
They
didn't
found
even make
some
it.
old bit that he did where he was quote unquote making.
Racial slurs
Well,
or something.
he did an impersonation of an Asian person, and
Who hadn't done that?
and
Theo
that-
Vaughn does it to Bobby Lee every week.
and it was on, and
Theo
it
Vaughn's
just came
hilarious.
out. It just
So is
somebody
Bobby Lee.
dug it up and released
I
it
don't
at the wrong time, and it was right at the height of that. Just cancel everybody for every little thing they've done. And Saturday Night Live was like, "We don't need this. Sorry, man, but we can't handle the controversy right now."
And since Tooth brought him up, I watched the special and then did some just digging around looking, and so he went to West Point, played D1 college football, and got cast on Saturday Night Live and did them all for like a month combined. So he lasted like a couple weeks at West Point, a couple weeks being a D1 football player, and then however long at Saturday Night Live.
But he's one of those guys. I think all comedians have always been cheering for him, and now that he's had this success with Netflix, a lot of the comedians anyway are really happy for him.
And Chappelle introduced him on stage somewhere, and he was like, "Hey, this guy's really funny. I really like him." And I'm like, if Chappelle puts a stamp on you, I mean, that's because
Can't triple stamp a double stamp,
that's right,
or double stamp a triple stamp.
right.
That's like, what's his name, doing your album. You know who I'm talking about.
Rick Rubin.
Thank you. I kept wanting to say Ross
you-
because I kept seeing Ross.
Ross.
And I knew it was Rick, but I couldn't get it wasn't Rick Ross.
This dude right here sends me the news off of Saturday Night Live. Does he send them to y'all too?
Nope.
I wish you'd
you.
start.
Oh,
I wish you'd start the
it's where the black guy writes the white guy's jokes.
Yes.
The white guy-
Colin, what's his name?
Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Bro. And they're trying to say something very racial. It's terrible.
It's hilarious.
That's
And
all
I
right.
love it.
yeah, because
you're talking
the
about
black
Ti-
dude knows when it's coming. He's like, "Yeah, I got you."
You're talking about TikTok. That's my TikTok feed is Weekend Update.
Right.
I watch so many of those. It just knows if throw those at Radley, we got nothing else.
I think that those are. I think the first one I saw you showed me at the brewery one day.
They were reading each other's, or they wrote each other's jokes.
Yes,
Michael Chi really does go low.
Oh, gosh.
he goes in.
Oh,
He
yeah.
goes
Oh,
all
yeah.
the way in, and I'm here for it. I think it's hilarious. I like seeing how uncomfortable they make each other.
you know it's going to be a good one when you see Colin Jost. He's already laughing and he's going, "Don't make me read that." It's like, "Oh, this is going to be good."
But poor Michael Che, like, look, with white people, like, what kind of material does he get? Oh, you white people always find you at that Taco Tuesday. You and your mayonnaise and that macaroni. Yeah, see, there's nothing funny about it.
I mean, you're right.
Your delivery wasn't bad.
Well, I mean, I tried, like, I even tried with my timing, but it's just,
It was decent.
you guys,
We applaud
it's
you.
just, it's no good at all. It's terrible.
White people really do have things, so I'm starting to realize we have as many stereotypes as we talk about other people having.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
What do you mean, other people?
I mean, other people that aren't white people. I'm being very, very clear. I mean, other races of people in the human race. How would you like me to put it?
I don't know.
No.
That was great.
I'm starting to realize that we really like.
Oh, yeah, I agree
All
100%.
races have stereotypes, and other races will talk about our race's stereotype.
Yeah. Cat Williams skit.
I'm starting to see him.
Baby
in-
has a 730 credit score.
But I'm talking like white people. If you see a white person at 10 o'clock in the morning and you see them again at 2 o'clock, you're going to hear, "Oh, long time no see." That's coming out of one of their mouths. Stuff like that's real, and I didn't realize it until like yesterday.
saw somebody twice.
We have a lot of those. Lot of those.
Yep, that is for sure.
Man.
I love it because I think that should be the show. Just and I know some comedians have done it. You know why do like Theo and Bobby Lee, they do it a lot. You know, why do Koreans do this? Why do white people do this? I think just get all out. Why do you do that? We don't know. Long time no see.
Long time no see.
I know. Garth did it to me the other day on
Man, we gotta
Facebook.
quit meeting like this.
Yeah, I did it to a lady at Walmart the other day. I ran to her 3 times. I was in her way all 3 times. We gotta stop meeting like this. I'm like, you idiot.
Yeah, but you can't help it.
I know.
It's just ingrained in us.
Freddie.
You're born with that because you're white.
Okay, all right. Since we're airing grievances, white people, stop asking me if I'm going to do the obvious thing with the obvious thing. Okay? Just stop it.
We do that also. Huh. Pulling a boat. You going boating? Things like that.
We really do stupid stuff.
You're idiots, man.
People come, "Hey man, you need a starter?" What gave it away? But we do it.
You're a quick one, aren't you?
Man, I'm white. I can tell you.
Oh, how we made it this far, I don't know. All right, we're going to take another break. We come back. We got some hockey news.
Hey.
Maybe talk a little bit about everybody's year-end review on Spotify. After watching mine, after two showed me his, Spotify, we got to go. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here, Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Get the app,
Get it.
please.
Hey, Bull, I'm only asking you this because you're taller than me. Can you pull that light angle? Because I look white as a ghost.
Oh,
on
my
my
God.
It's because of autofocus.
Okay.
You are so white.
I was like, man, is that white? No, now I see it. That's can't. I didn't know if that was the problem. Or I was like, man, that looks terrible.
It's because you're really white.
I am, but I don't even like ranch dressing
You're pasty.
Or mayonnaise.
or mayonnaise.
Are we muted?
We can go off air. You want to go off air?
Oh, I don't care. I wanted to know before I said something. Incriminating.
Something.
Easy.
Yeah, no, but Eli, I always send them to you because I know
I
both,
appreciate
we
it.
both
I
we both
appreciate it.
shared jokes of that nature.
I love
You
it.
should start sending those to me because I see a lot of them come through my reels sometimes, and I always laugh.
Well, I will start sending them
Love
to
to
you.
be part of your life.
Well, every time I do, I just love inappropriate humor,
love
and
being
I
part of
know,
your life.
and that's
What's-
Eli's.
Oh, yeah, mute us. I'm
Okay.
gonna
All
tell the
right,
joke.
Facebook land. We'll be right back. Take it away.
All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show. Brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here at Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 316. Tooth Bull, Eli Kidder, Bradley Ramsey, me, the Travis Reed. Got some hockey news to share. First one, Tooth showed me. We all know hockey players are renowned as the toughest athletes in the world.
Hey,
I mean, next to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got shot by James Storm right here on live.
I've seen it.
This dude,
Chris
he blocked
Tanev.
He blocked a shot with his face.
Yeah.
What?
With his face.
So the play, and I know very little about hockey, but I know that this play, this defensive move, is a very common move as far as the blocking of the shot. It's just more commonly that the guys will do this and they will turn their backs to the puck. I learned this today. He didn't turn his back to the puck. He went with a bold strategy and went with his face.
It paid off for him, Cotton.
I mean, it was a bold strategy. He exited the game.
Dude got up, though, and
He
skated
did,
off.
He did get up and walk like skate and then walk off
After getting hit in the
face.
in the face.
How fast are those pucks supposed to be moving? I know it's fast.
100?
Yeah,
I gotta
90 to
Google it
100.
now.
90 to
We
100.
watched the video. The commentators that are watching this happen, like they start playing the replay. You know, the people that play the replay. So the commentators are commentating about the replay, and about the third to fourth time the replay goes on, and it's different angles each time. The guys are like, "Okay, that's enough. I can't take it anymore." Like, so it gets pretty brutal looking to see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
It was bad. And then, did y'all see a couple weeks ago?
It was sad. I
Hockey
cried.
player died. Dude, he got
Neck.
a skate to the neck.
No way.
Dude, like, because the Predators, they had a kid. I think he they traded to Montreal, and that happened to him. But he survived, but he had to retire. But this dude apparently, I think it was minor league. Was it minor league? I think.
I'm not going to speculate on that. I've watched the video and have not seen the angle you've seen.
The angle I saw, the defender, which they are
Pressing charges.
charges against him, lifts his leg above his hip high, and pretty much Shawn Michaels super kicked him into the throat.
That's why the triple axle is no longer allowed in hockey.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That is
anymore in
correct.
hockey. Yeah, that's
Or the Pinchenko. You can't
Oh,
do
the
the
Pinchenko.
Pinchenko.
The Pinchenko.
yeah, that's been that law
Toe pick.
for at least 3 years.
I love that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So the other hockey news that we're gonna get to, I can't remember his name. Hockey player for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Hey. The kid?
No.
Oh.
So, hockey has a tradition. Like during the year, they'll have a dad's trip and a mom's trip. Where they take all their dads on a road trip. You know, spend time with their dad. Dads fly with them and all this other stuff. So they had a mom's trip. Well, this one fella, he might allegedly had some relations with his teammate's mother while on said trip. So they are terminating his contract for
Because he's a mother. Ain't that a mother?
for like, you know, I won't say unsportsmanlike conduct, but
Conduct detrimental
to the team. Yeah. And he issued an apology, and I've not read it yet, so I don't know what it says, but
Dear teammate, I'm sorry for fornicating with your mother.
that's a tight spot.
I bet it was.
That's what
Depends
she
on how
said.
good the mom was, boys.
I mean,
She gave birth to a hockey player. I mean,
Hey.
that's tough. You know, you lose your job because you.
Do you think that he's losing his job because of the unprofessionalism because it was a team trip, or do you think he's losing his job because of the controversial relationship it could cause between the teammates?
I'd say that. Now, he's obviously not a good player because if he was one of their better players, they'd tell
Yeah.
the other teammates to suck it up.
Yeah. The mom's son, his stepson. He'd be like, hey, sorry, Chief.
You get your stepdad out here on the ice.
I just now thought about
you can
that.
stay here if you want, or we can cut you loose. Your choice.
The contractual rider on a hockey contract is becoming the most ridiculous thing ever. Thou shalt not spin kick a man in the neck. Thou shalt not sleep with another player's mother.
He went King James on this. Didn't
Well,
he?
look,
You
I
did.
was
Testament.
very devil's advocate at first when Travis told me about this, and you guys can share your opinions. But ultimately, let me preface: if that's your job, you're a hockey player, that's your job, and this is a work trip, this is a mother's trip, but you're on your season tour, you're doing your games, whatever. You're on a work function, then you're supposed to represent the work. The company, the brand,
You're not
however you
wrong.
would like to look at it. So I'm going to preface with that I, being a person of loyalty to my company, very much follow that. That being said, in this scenario, being that it is not a office job, factory job, retail, you're working next to this. This is a sport. This is a game. You're playing a game. Being the environment, I'd like to look a little outside the box and say, first things first, this woman was someone's mother on this team, so she's obviously old enough to make educated, consensual decisions.
But we've already been clear, she birthed a hockey player.
Hey,
She's old enough to make consensual decisions. I'm more than sure he didn't trick her into coitus. So, being that this woman is more mature than many of the people on the team,
It's a
Or
hockey
on the
team.
show.
the hockey team, why is it such a big deal that she chose to deliver her flower to one of the players?
I'd say it's like you said. It's the
Gotta be team morale thing.
Yeah, that's.
Could you imagine though these other guys on the team are sticking like, he banged your mom.
Well, yeah. I mean, you think
Oh
about.
yeah, that dude. Honestly, if it was me,
He
I'd
should
rather
be
be the one that got cut from
Please
the team
cut me
because
from the
I don't
team.
want.
Yeah.
I would.
Please,
Yeah.
Christ.
I
Just
can
playing.
guarantee you, if I'm your teammate, I
I'm banging your
promise
mom.
you. No. I'm not banging your mom, but I am going to.
I'm reminding you.
I'm going to rub your nose in it every time I get the chance. Anytime Mother comes, if Danzig's on the radio, I'm gonna be like, hey, they sing that song, Mother, like he's screwed, I mean, every
Mrs.
time.
Robinson, the
Oh, you remember
graduate.
that time that Ivan over here banged your mom?
Yeah, you remember when you got
Well,
that dude
you
fired
remember
for sleeping with your mom?
LeBron James and Delonte West. There was a big rumor that Delonte slept with LeBron's mom. And
Who was it that banged Jordan's? Never mind.
apparently,
Scottie Pippen's.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife is engaged to Michael Jordan's son.
That's what I was thinking of.
Delonte West did not play for Cleveland any longer shortly after those. And now he is homeless and broke and recovered. I think this week he's recovered drug addict. So it didn't go well for poor Delonte.
Guess that woman gave all she could to one child.
I guess so.
You think next year when they have the mother's trip, they're like, I got dibs on his mom this year.
Yeah,
If he was still there, yeah.
whatever team he lands on, everybody else like, hey, how you doing?
Or what if his mom's that woman that you don't want anybody to brag about, and now this guy's
Yeah.
marked with, oh well, he banged the village bicycle.
Yeah, everybody's Googling her and going, really? You give up your career for
Oh,
that?
everybody's googling her. All right. We've all had a turn. No,
Yeah, we need to check the Google stats, see if how high she ranks right
I would
now.
have liked to have seen the week, at least for 1 week, that the number one Google search was Zach Wilson's mom's friends.
Yes, absolutely. I know one time Taylor DeWan, he was his mom was very high on the Google search around Middle Tennessee. 'Cause apparently his mom's a looker.
Very attractive.
So, yeah, that's got to be a tight spot, though. I mean, either way you go, whichever guy you are, that's going forward. You land on another team or whatever, that's tough. That's tight. That's a tight spot.
you'd be known as like the MFer.
Yeah, like Brandon said, Stifler's mom. I mean, that's the case right there, dude. I feel bad for them.
And
It's just-
every team they play, they're going to be talking crap to that guy, too.
he might as well just go ahead and retire.
Where's your mom?
Just retire. Just oh my god, I hated it to
Your mom
happen.
coming on this trip, I really could use a release.
Oh, that's terrible. All right, before we go to break here, Tooth and I were before the show started. We discussed our Spotify year-end review. Have you looked at yours yet, Bradley? Who's your top artist this year?
Oh, you don't need to ask that
No, no, I
question.
don't.
That's so Metallica was number one. Let's say it was Metallica, Pantera, Stone Sour, Iron Maiden, and who was my fifth one? It was an obvious. Black Label
Matthews.
Society. Black Label Society. Those were my top 5.
Heck yeah.
So, nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing.
No,
I was
nothing.
a little surprised at Iron Maiden. I've listened to some Iron Maiden. I've fallen, kind of got on a kick, but the rest of them are pretty.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Eli, did you get one?
I don't have Spotify.
Well, that's done with that. Bull, did you get one?
I do YouTube music like an adult.
Tell them.
Bull, you don't do anything like an adult.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You don't even chew gum like an adult.
Well, he does.
Hey,
Well, yeah, he does.
I was in character.
Well, where's your gum now?
I was in character. Hold on.
why'd you break character?
What?
Bobby!
Don't ever break character.
I feel like he's that guy.
Yeah, I was outside tuning the truck.
Dude in the truck.
Yeah, she had to be tuned.
Was it A minor or
I
what?
feel like he's that guy
G sharp.
on those TikToks. It's like, man, that boy's so fast he turns light and he's in bed before dark. I swear.
Eli sent that to the tape. Have you seen the one where he's running the go-kart without a helmet? Without a helmet? That little cartoon, and it's all backwoods type thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember what you're talking about, but I don't know that I've seen that one.
Oh, it's great.
That guy's having on.
We got to make some cartoons of Bull. Tooth, what was on yours? A lot, I know. I saw it. It took forever.
I had a lot of stuff on mine, man. I had 78 genres of music on my Spotify.
Bradley had one.
My number one artist was, as per usual.
I know this.
Bull knows the answer.
I know.
Go.
Modest Mouse.
And ever since Spotify's been doing
I said Cage Elephant.
these year in rap, and KG Elephant was also on my top 5 artists.
2 great bands.
But ever since Spotify's been doing these year in raps, Modest Mouse has been my number one art every year that they've done it. It's been Modest Mouse.
I think Metallica's been number 1 on
I've
mine
had-
every year.
over 2,100 minutes of Modest Mouse this year, and I love Modest Mouse, and I'll continue to love them. And
Tooth's
Noah Khan was on there. Go ahead.
his total listening was 22 straight days.
Yeah, worth 32,000 minutes.
I think mine was 19. I think that's what mine
Mine
was.
was like one.
I had 400 or 600 and something minutes on July 4th.
Yeah.
477 straight minutes on July 4th.
Said he must have been the DJ that day at the 4th of July party.
Yeah, so interesting thing about YouTube music, it realizes that nobody cares. And it doesn't tell you that.
That's not very adult like.
Interesting fact.
Nobody cares about YouTube music. That's why they've realized it.
I saw a meme the other day. It said, "People will tell you nobody cares about your Spotify Wrapped list," and then they'll post a picture of their baby.
Nobody cares about your baby.
Jimmy Newton said his is Katie Lang.
Oh my God.
Man knows good
I
music.
feel like that's
man.
like
Yeah, he does.
I feel like that's like Martinez's playlist from The Martian or whatever. Like,
Well, my number one, Brandon Morton, was Apache Jericho. My number 2 was Lewis Bryce. My number 3 was Metallica. Number 4 was Keith Whitley. Number 5 was Dwight Yoakam.
It's been an eclectic list.
I
there.
showed
Man.
you my 1 through 5, and I don't remember it now.
Eminem was number 5.
Eminem was 5, and number 1 was Modest
Radiohead.
Mouse. Radiohead was in there, and Noah Khan was in there for sure.
I think
So
Ray
just-
Stevens.
No, but I wish he was. I should
Yeah.
listen to more Ray Stevens. Weird Al did a thank you video to his Spotify fans.
Oh, Metallica did one for there.
And I'm sure you've all seen your thank you videos to your fans. Well, Weird Al's was basically, this is not verbatim, but more or less it was along the lines of thanking his fans. He had 83 million streams or what have you, and he said in Spotify that's the equivalent of like $12. So I could get like a really nice sandwich at like a nice restaurant. So thank you guys for all your support, and thanks for the sandwich.
Well, I got several sandwiches for $12.
Come see him, Weird Al.
Come see me, Weird Al.
There you go. Full circle.
That's right. Way to go, Dave Chappelle.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, take another break. We come back. We got the Common John update. A little bit later, we got Lunchtime Theater, music of the week, and what we have learned. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
There's an application that you could get for the Rooster 1015. If you would, just get it.
So, Brand, leave me hot there, bull. Brandon, my number one, I don't think I screenshotted that one. Let me find. The number one song was Smoking Gun. Number 2 was King of the World. And number 3.
Brandon, he told me about the new single as soon as I got here. That's a true story. That was the first thing he had to tell me was, oh, man, listen, I've been checking out my Spotify, and this is my blah, blah, blah. And guess what? They've got a new single.
And I think I listened to that thing probably 20 times yesterday. It's really good.
What was the name of it, Travis?
It is. Hang on, I'm on a different.
You're in a different screen. You don't remember the name. What's the name of the new single, Brandon? If you tell me the name of it, I can listen to it.
So Long Without You.
That was well. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, right over here.
Yeah, that new song's banging, man.
Lindsey James was on mine with Wavy. That was one of my
Wavy.
most listened to songs. Jed Harrelson, Neighborhood Huss, Potential. They were on there.
Oh yeah. Erica, hers was Korn, In This Moment, Chris Stapleton, Joe Bonamassa, and Florence and the Machine.
Florence and the Machine was
Look
on
at
my
that.
list too.
What about that?
I like Florence. Florence pops up on my most listened to songs throughout the year. Like they give you a pre-made list of your most listened to songs throughout the year, and Florence and the Machine is on that list, along with what you said, Travis, Cage the Elephant. Lots of Cage on that list.
Chris Sanders says his 1 through 5 is all about chicken. Well, how about
How
learning
about how wrong he eats it?
Yeah, eating a chicken tender wrong.
God darn, Josh Clemens, he come in, he's like, man, what about Sanders? He said, you're going to tell me about this chicken. So I had to explain to Josh about how Sanders eats chicken raw. I was like, man, he kind of wraps his hand around the chicken and comes in like this. And I was like, he's dipping it. It's just wrong. It's just not like you should do.
Is he a descendant of Colonel Sanders? Is he eating it appropriately?
He's a descendant of Colonel something.
Yeah, it ain't Sanders.
He's got MS or something. It looks like he's got MS. When
That's
he's
a strong hand.
Ooh, burnt myself.
You all right?
I miss Chad Hatfield.
Oh, Hattie.
I miss
one of
Bubba.
us.
So, guys, y'all listen. You got a Spotify list. Put it in the comments. I love seeing everybody's list at the end of the year on Spotify. I think it's pretty neat just to see. Now, what shocked me
I'm
on
gonna
Tooth?
Post a picture of my kid then.
Okay, we listened to her all year.
I like your kid though.
She's all right.
No, I really love her.
What
Like,
shocked me
on
was
my-
Tooth having, and I know you listen to all kinds of stuff, but Eminem was number 5. That was.
So you have to understand, one of the things that Justin Hobbs and I really bonded over back in the day was Dexter and Eminem. And Eminem had come out with Relapse way back then. And when that album came out, I was in love with that album when it came out, and so was Hobbs. And he has kept me up to date on Eminem. When I started working for Napa, that was one of the first things we would touch base on. He said, hey man, I bet I've got some songs you hadn't heard. And he started sending me all this Eminem stuff that I have missed out on because I didn't keep up with it the way I should have. And so, yeah, that's definitely in my top because
Eminem's a part of Lunchtime Theater this week.
been watching 8 Mile again.
Time will tell.
Only time will tell.
He saw the episode of Pimp My Ride.
He might have saw the episode of Saturday Night Live with Kerry Washington, where he's the musical guest.
What? You didn't.
Can I take it away? Welcome back to the Everyday Joe Show. I am the Derek Clark. You can call me Tooth. We've got Bull here, Eli Kidder, Bradley Ramsey, and the Travis Reed, who has dropped his beers. The beers.
Somebody had a Truly in my refrigerator. I don't know who did that.
Honestly.
Not me,
True.
no.
At least it wasn't a White Claw.
I'm telling you. All right, guys, episode 316. Tooth, Bull, Eli Kidder, Bradley Ramsey, me, the Travis Reed. Sorry, I
I
can't do
did that already.
I know, but I can't. It's one of those things. It's part of my autism is coming out. It is now time for Lunchtime Theater. Eli, what do we have this week? Eminem.
I know what it is. Thank you, though. I
locked
appreciate
up for
you
a minute.
reminding
Wait,
me.
no.
I just had to
It's the
strike.
one saying it's
nope.
there, and he does exist.
No, I screwed up. I skipped ahead.
Yeah. you
It's
sure
Common
did.
John update. See, it's been a while. I'm not even doing it right. My
I didn't want to
goodness.
say anything, but go ahead.
Goodness gracious.
Travis can't read the schedule.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't reading the time. Goodness gracious, man. All right, guys. Happenings this week at Common John Friday night, August Lowe's and Zeno's Ghost. Saturday, no music. College football. Is the Army-Navy game this weekend, Eli?
I think so.
I would implore you guys to watch that entire game, pregame,
No.
postgame,
Oh, well, I'll look at it.
or is it next week?
I think it's next week.
Either way, when that game comes on, please watch that. That is one of the best college football games of the year.
We should go to that one year.
I would love to. It is the tradition of it, all the cadets and all that. It's way to go. So plenty of college football to watch on Saturday there at Common John Brewing Company. Sunday, we got Poker 2 and 4, and also sing along with Mr. Charlie Allen from 3 to 6.
Next
correct? Next week. All right. So guys, and Bull, tell us a little bit more about the sing along with Charlie. What all can folks do?
Well, so for the last year, we've been trying to put together an open mic jam session on Sundays. And finally, Charlie Allen and I were allowed to link up. Charlie's from around here. He's been on multiple accredited albums from multiple different genres. And he's just a phenomenal guy. It doesn't matter where you are in your playing style or where you are at singing. If you want to come in and jump up on stage and jam out with some people, that is your opportunity. Charlie is phenomenal with people who want to learn and who is just good with playing along if you want to do. So last week was our very first time that we had multiple people. We had 9 different artists show up. Everything from fiddle players to bass players. A guy brought in a cajon and a harmonica, and all of them were very talented musicians. So it was a really, really great jam session. So, but just come on out. If you've been practicing, want to get up on stage, want to start getting your chops up, or if you actually want to meet and hang out with an accredited writer, we can't announce it right now, but he just got another song picked up by an artist that'll be getting cut within the next couple months. So if you're talented, you got songs, you want to meet a writer and learn about the process, we got that for you as well. So tons of opportunity. If you know anybody who wants to play, who plays, who writes, or hangs out, come out to our open mic sing-along with Charlie Allen, which is every other Sunday night.
So you can just get up there and sing with him?
Yep. Get
Now-
up, sing, jam, whatever you do.
And what songs are you able to sing or play with?
Charlie's all over from alt rock
So
to
you can
country.
do covers, or you just do his songs?
No. He does covers and does he does a lot of his songs. Or you can get up and do your own song. Just tell everybody what the chords are and play right along.
Look for me if there changes. Chord of C.
There you go.
Well, you a little Back to the Future
Yeah,
there?
sometimes.
Or like last week or 2 weeks ago, we had a guy go, I put my fingers here and then here's a D and then I go G.
Yeah.
Yep. And everybody just fell in.
Just watch me for the changes.
Watch me for the changes.
Starting C.
I like it. That's pretty neat, though.
Probably not ready for that.
It's phenomenal.
kids are gonna love it,
And
though.
again, there was a specific way we wanted to do it, and luckily, it took somebody like Charlie with resources, and who brings other writers with him, that allowed us to be able to do it. And so we're very lucky, we're very blessed, and we're going to continue to grow on it because we really want people to come out, hang out, play music, jam, or just enjoy.
Okay. Sounds like a good time right there. I seriously, week before last, I was getting ready to go to Vegas, and several people sent me messages. Hey, what time's it start? What do we do? I'm like, just go.
Yeah, we had, like I said, there was 7 to 8 people that were back and forth up on it. One time, we had 2 fiddle players, bass player, 2 guitar players, and a harmonica player.
Is that one guy with the older guy with the harmonica?
Yeah,
With the harp?
yeah,
Man,
yeah,
that dude,
yeah.
I love that guy.
He's just a good dude. He's just a good dude. And he loves it. He loves it.
He used to go. Remember when we went to the music place across from the Advance? He was in there, and he's got a little setup, like a briefcase on him, a little suitcase looking deal. He opens that bad boy up. He got his own little monitor, little amp, I guess you would say, in there, and just starts wailing on the harmonica. If there's a country act style music anywhere, he shows up with his harmonica, and we're playing in the crowd. And then a lot of times the artist will invite him on stage. Cody and Cody Keel did.
Yeah.
when he was playing with Kevin and Neil come up
Yeah.
at Common John back in the summer. It was pretty cool, man. Very cool.
And again, you won't ever see him on the Grand Ole Opry. You know, he's by no means a first chair, if you will. You know, but Charlie, he'd yell out to him like, "Hey, take this solo here." And I mean, just a really good spirit, really good vibe, really good time. And again, Charlie actually has a cut from the infamous Chris Gaines album. So if you're a Chris Gaines fan, this is your opportunity
Well,
to
who's
meet
not?
one of the curators behind that project.
Best show he ever saw.
No, Garth Brooks is the best show I ever saw.
Eli celebrates Chris Gaines' entire catalog.
As you should.
Big fan.
Garth Brooks really was the best show I ever saw. I did get to see him.
Finally. I mean,
I've
you
seen
did
him twice.
Twice. Absolutely. Also, we might have some new merch at Common John Brewing Company. Have y'all checked it out?
No,
yet?
they do.
Oh, it's nice.
Definitely some new merch.
That the zip up hoodie with the circle logo.
Yep.
That's a good looking hoodie.
I'm gonna have one of those.
I like the 3/4 zip. I don't like the big thing on the back, but I love the CJ up front.
The 3/4, yeah, the 3/4
I
zip
think
is
that-
really nice.
that is-
really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of new merch and the new tumblers, like the tumblers, and I got a growler for Rebecca, and I mean it does phenomenal. I bet it even works on NA beer.
I bet it does. Also, speaking of tumblers, if you're in the Mug Club, you got
I
until
gotta do that.
Saturday to turn in your just tomorrow
Renewal.
your renewal and your graphic.
Yep.
Renewals can happen after, but you have to turn in your graphic tomorrow because I have to do that or I'll forget. So don't forget to do that, guys. If you already have a mug in the Mug Club.
What if it's the same? I wonder. You're just
If
gonna
it's the
leave it.
same, I think last year I just kept mine the same. I think I emailed it just said keep last year's and they put it on. I think that's what I did. I'm
Or
not
I
sure.
could just go up there probably.
Probably just go ask. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ask anybody in this room their professional opinion.
Don't ask- don't-
Although it is a room full of professionals.
Don't ask me because I went into the office and asked Shelby.
I'll
Faced
ask
her.
my wife. She works there.
Yeah, she does, don't she? Uh-huh.
That's right. She does.
Oh, 3 jobs.
3 jobs, kidder. I love it. I love it. So good, and also
Somebody's got to keep him out of squalor.
It ain't gonna be me.
next Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. I think we got some cookies with Santa, don't we?
That is correct. Santa will be Santa. He will be in the building. He will be there.
Bull loves some Santa.
And that's next Saturday, not this
December the 9th.
December the 9th, 9 to 11. We'll also tell you next week, but we want to go ahead and get the word out.
The youngins in, that we do that.
Yeah. And also, Megan was like, "Man, why they do it every year when I don't have my kids?" So you need to,
Maybe she's been naughty.
Megan, have you been
No
naughty?
comment,
Well,
Travis.
you know what? I'm a kid at heart, and I like to sit in Santa's lap.
Ah.
Eat cookies.
Don't think I ain't gonna sit and say
I'm
that.
not. You can't
There's a
stop me.
weightlifting TikTok. This guy's got this big old dumbbell, and you know how they put it on their leg, and they go.
Yeah.
Like that, and he's like, he needs somebody to hand him the other one. And this guy's like, he comes over, he sits on his lap, and the dude just loses it and has to drop the dumbbell. It's
Oh, that's
hilarious.
great.
I lulled.
That's why Matt Rife is no longer in your thread right there. Because that's funny right there. That's funny.
Anatoli's workout videos as Santa.
I do watch those also.
I like Anatoly.
I do too.
He's always really strong. And those strong guys are always like, wow, this little scrawny guy is super strong.
I cleaned for a minute.
Also, I want to mention this.
Do it.
Common John is going to be part of Winter Warmer at ML Rose Craft Beer and Burgers on, was it December 2nd?
That is Saturday. That is correct. Yes, sir.
Tickets are on sale now at Marathon Music Works, 1402 Clinton Street, 11 to 3. Common John will be there. If you go to their Facebook page, there is a link to get tickets for this.
That's a really nice venue, too, guys.
Where is it at?
It's in Nashville.
Nashville.
That's where we saw him out. Mason.
You just say Rife, weren't
Nope.
He definitely was.
So that is Saturday. Marathon Music Works. Go to Common John Facebook page. Get your tickets now. They're really excited to be a part of this. Should be a good little event for some For some brew, they got some stouts, porters, barley wines. That sounds interesting. And some rare barrel aged beers. So go check that out Saturday, December 2nd, Marathon Music Works, the Winter Warmer. Now, Eli, you like some barrel aged stuff, don't you? I was just kidding.
No, I don't.
You know, the first like barrel aged beer I ever had, I think I was in
They don't make a barrel aged
Indian.
today.
I was in Indianapolis, and I had one glass, and my teeth were numb. I was like, "This is not."
That was
for-
cocaine.
Yeah, they put cocaine in it.
They had cocaine in it.
I've heard that about Indianapolis before.
I'm for real. If your teeth went numb, there was
Yeah.
probably something in there
Cocaine.
more than alcohol.
I was
hear
ripped
it
out of the frame.
Did you guys know though that my favorite alcoholic beverage is
Cocaine.
no, it is barrel aged.
You like a barrel aged? Oh, because you like whiskey. That's your favorite.
I like the Jack Daniels and I like the whiskeys and
whiskey.
they're barrel aged.
I got some whiskey over here. Jack Daniel's 10-year-old.
Is it in a jarro?
No, it's in the bottle.
Yeah, he carpe diemed it.
Well played though.
Sweet.
So I guess
Get a drink.
it is in a jarro. Come on.
Whiskey in the jarro.
Yeah.
Remember when I learned to play that for you? Do you remember?
I
you
do remember. I do remember.
I think he remembers. I'm not sure though.
But,
It's kind of like that concert.
Did
Did
you?
you-
Oh, both of them.
Did you remember?
went to Jimmy Buffett concert with him.
He knows. Everybody knows. You told everybody.
He doesn't remember. We're talking about.
It was a long time ago.
We're talking about.
Do you remember going to the Jimmy Buffett concert with me?
Yes, that's the one.
That's
he
what he
remembers.
remembers, but he doesn't remember
He
going with
doesn't
me.
remember going with Travis.
Which one did you go to?
Starwood. It's
Okay.
when
That's when he remembers.
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember
Alan
that one.
Jackson came out and did
I couldn't tell
5
you who
o'clock
was there.
somewhere with him.
So we're talking after Jimmy Buffett had passed. We're talking. I'm talking to Eli about this concert. He's like, yeah. Starwood's great. I'm like, no, we were at Bridgestone. I don't remember that one. He has no recollection of this concert at all.
though, because he was doing his thing, and Travis started hitting. Eli had the epiphany. He's like, "Yeah, Travis, but I'm talking about this one." These guys. Obviously, that one, yes, but I'm talking about this other one. It was great. He played it along perfect.
What was that? Wasn't the one where all that rain came and it was like there was the flood and all that stuff, was it? Because we had tickets to that one and we were watching.
No.
No, this was
semis
in the
getting-
this was in the late '90s. I actually wore the T-shirt of that. I don't know why. I remember the dumb stuff I do. So the T-shirt I had is a long sleeve white Jimmy Buffett concert T-shirt. I bought at Bridgestone. Me, him, Eli went. We sit kind of side behind the stage. Terrible seats.
The Carnival tour.
And yeah, and so I had the shirt, and we're going to Nashville to a club. And we're in my Mustang. I flicked a cigarette out, and the cherry came back in and burned a hole in the back of my shirt. I don't know. I just threw it away. I went shirtless the rest of the night. That's not true. No, I didn't do that. I'm too fat to do that stuff.
Big Germ tried to go shirtless at a Slipknot concert, but the security wouldn't let him.
Do you remember that friend of ours that used to go to the clubs and would wear Umbro shorts?
Yes. Yes, I do. That's why,
Oh, those clubs.
Yeah.
that's why I wore my silk lined Perio's dress pants. Yeah. All right, guys.
Those stains don't come out.
Well, they were dry clean only. They got them out. All right, guys, let's take another break. We come back. This time, we're going to have Lunchtime Theater, music of the week, a little bit of Travis talk. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here, Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
You can get the app if you choose to. I would.
It's their choice.
Free country.
Yeah, leave it hot.
I've been watching The Outsider. Anybody? It's,
HBO Max.
it is on HBO Max, and it is. There was some directing done by Jason Bateman, and he's in the first episode, but that's about as far as he gets.
Yeah, I read the
It's-
book. The
it's
book's
based on
really
Stephen
good.
King
Yeah.
book. It's based on a Stephen King book. It's
Reading
10,
stuff, man.
10 episodes. I'm on episode 7, and so far I've really been enjoying it.
I don't have the Max anymore.
You've got.
I don't.
I'll re-give it to you.
Yeah, I lost it, and then I wanted to watch Hard Knocks, so I got it again, and then my card got compromised, so I had to get a new card. Well, now that card doesn't work anymore, and I was like, I couldn't figure out how to cancel it, so I'll just let it keep not getting paid, they'll cut it off. Yeah. And they did.
I will hook you up because I want you to have Max.
I've been watching In the Heat of the Night, the show.
With
not the
Carol
movie.
O'Connor.
Yeah, it's
What's that other dude's name?
Bubba.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Alan Altrick.
Thank you.
Played quarterback for Green Bay Packers.
Thank you. He's got nice hair in that series.
He does. He's
He's
got the feathered.
yes, and it goes over his ears.
Then what's his name? Howard. Was it Ross?
Cosell.
He bad drug abuser. We'll say.
Brandon
Yeah.
Morton, you're talking about
Very
The
bad. Outsiders,
which is originally by S.E. Hinton, and it was turned into a movie with Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Ralph Macchio. I am talking about The
Patrick Swayze.
Outsider. I said that. Well,
That's
thank
what
you
makes
for reiterating.
reiterated. Patrick Swayze.
Matt
Nobody,
Dillon.
nobody puts Patrick Swayze second.
That's
Nobody
right.
puts Baby. It's baby. in a
Tom
movie.
Cruise.
Fargo, the new season of Fargo. I've been watching.
So
It's
I've
very
been
good.
hearing, Juno Temple's in this season. The chick from Ted Lasso that plays Kaylee.
Yeah, Kelly.
Kaylee. So she's in this season. And listen, I've not
Stay
watched
golden,
any
Bonnie
of the
Ward.
Fargos. I've not seen the original movie. I've not seen any of these shows.
Oh, he's a big fella.
You've not seen the original movie?
But what I have heard though is that these series, the series does not. You can watch any of them in any order.
Yeah, they're
It doesn't
every.
matter.
It's like American Horror Story. You
Yes.
can watch season 5 and not have missed anything. If that's the only season you watch.
I do
I
implore
want
you
to
to.
watch the movie.
It's fantastic. I watched it at I-5.
You need to
first
watch
time.
the movie.
so you want the
you,
undercoating?
You got to watch. You kind of do need to watch the movie so you get an idea of the feel of the show. But the first 2 seasons and this season are the best.
What's it on?
I hear the
FX
Chris
or
Rock
Hulu.
season was a really
Hulu?
good season, Bradley.
I thought it was okay, but I want to tell. I'll be honest with you though. The first 2 seasons are so good that it's hard to top
that?
them. But they've done it with this third one. This third season's really good.
That is fantastic.
I'll talk about it later.
Okay, I was gonna say that's got to be addressed.
It will be.
I'm sorry, but I just saw.
Oh,
it.
I brought them for you, man.
Did you
I'm a
really?
friend.
What, baby?
You have
Nice.
to remind me before I leave. I have an important question that only you can answer.
Got it.
And you got him a schmedium too.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna fit over
Them
his
tiny
calves.
feet.
Poor Mariah's face is gonna be stretched like this over your calves.
All right, guys, welcome back to Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 316. Tooth, Bull, Eli Kidder, Bradley Ramsey, me, the Travis Reed. Now it's time for Lunchtime Theater. Eli,
Bye bye, Barry.
where's he going?
Him left.
Where'd he go?
Him retired.
Here it is.
London.
What is it?
It's about Barry Sanders. It's a doc on him and his career with the Detroit Lions and his abrupt exit from the NFL.
Does he answer the question why? Don't tell me because I want to watch it.
Just watch it then.
Does he tell why? Like a definitive reason why he retired? Because I was working.
There's several reasons.
I was working third shift at the time, and I got home, saw it on ESPN, fell asleep on the couch, and I kept hearing it, in my slumber, over and over and over and over. And I'm like, I can't believe Barry Sanders retired. He's the best running back in the league, and he's retired. Ooh, what? Yes, Brandon, we have.
You said it had to do with Eminem. I bet Barry lost to him in a battle rap.
Probably. That's what I was just thinking.
Boy,
Probably near
that's
8 Mile.
solid logic right there, brother. I mean, solid.
He was up against B Rabbit. Couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it.
Lost his confidence.
Yep.
Guys, he wants to watch it.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
sorry.
I mean, you at least got to say that. Jeez, man, what's wrong with y'all two?
Oh, I figured that epic rap battle.
What about
Made
Bob's a
enough
great
news that
movie?
everybody already knew.
I figured it was already public.
So you say worth a watch.
Definitely worth watching. Myself and my bride enjoyed it thoroughly.
What's it on? What's it on?
It is on
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon. Got you.
It's on my
It's-
list.
Oh, on the jungle. It's on the jungle.
Amazon.
Come on, it's the jungle.
Look at you,
Or
George.
the river.
What about it?
Since we're ruining stuff, Yeller dies at the end. Okay, move on.
I'm leaving.
Well, just go ahead and tell me Bambi's mom dies too.
And Bruce
Well,
Willis is
I don't
dead
know
in
if
the
you know
Sixth
this or
Sense.
not, but where the red fern grows, there's an animal underneath that.
Ann and Dan.
I'm done with everybody in this room except for Bradley.
Well, Bruce Willis is a ghost in the Sixth Sense.
No, well, now done with you.
That little kid.
I
That
tried
sees
to
dead
ignore it the first time
He
you said
sees
it.
dead people.
You just want to keep saying it.
Marky Mark's brother's pretty crazy in the Sixth Sense.
He has a brother.
Donnie Wahlberg.
I'm just kidding. I know. NKOTB.
That's right.
Hanging tough, dog. What are you talking about?
The talented Wahlberg.
The one that makes the burgers?
That's right.
Yeah, I don't even know his first name.
Paul.
That one.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I want to say a lot of hoopla around the Barry Sanders documentary. I really want to watch it. So I see like a preview for it, and I go to Walmart and buy a box of cards that day. And I get home and I open them up, and I see a autographed card. I'm like, oh man, he's in a Lions jersey, number 20. I could tell the first name starts with a B. I'm like, dude, I just got a Barry Sanders auto in this pack. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I'm like, dude, I probably sell this for a couple $100. It's gonna be all right. It was Billy Sims.
That's a shame.
It was a shame. It went from
That's not fair.
a couple $100.
To 3 or 4 cents.
Paying somebody to take it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was like, man, goodness gracious. Jimmy Newton, Bruce Willis is almost ghost now. That is wrong. Oh my gosh.
Hashtag too soon.
He just can't talk, guys. He's still with us.
He is. So the bride enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. Definitely recommend.
I recommend. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. 2 enthusiastic thumbs up.
Okay. Well,
Cool.
watch that, man.
It's
I
good.
watched some sports documentary recently, and I don't know if it was that one or not, but I wanted
Was
to
it
talk.
about football?
Yeah.
That's probably it.
I love it when two
Hey,
does a
it's
sport.
cool because
Either
it
about
makes
Barry
you.
Sanders or Johnny Manziel, two of the greats.
Yeah, that's right.
Johnny Manziel was
I
really
did
good.
watch that one too.
That was a good one.
It makes you. It just brings you back to like all the good players that played then too.
Yeah.
Like several I'd forgotten about. I was like, oh, I forgot about that dude, and because there were some really good
I
ball
watched,
players.
I watched something on Dion, and I did talk to you about it.
Oh, yeah. The Dion's double play or whatever it was.
Maybe that was it. That's what it was. And I watched something else recently, and it made it really.
Tell us about it.
Good Lord, calm down.
Take a breath.
The baseball greats. Played for the Yankees.
Yogi
Man.
Berra.
Said I won't come back in this stadium as long as George
Yogi Berra.
Steinbrenner.
Yogi Berra.
I watched that, and it touched me.
Boy, that got in the fields.
It was so good. That's what I was thinking of that I watched recently, and it was something so touching, so good.
Pollen count was high as a mug. In
I
my house
cried
that
at the
night.
end, dude. It was good. It was,
really
good.
good.
I watched a real good one, and again, talking about the players from back in that day, but it was a story about how boosters, gave money. And anyway, come to find out, Nick Nolte used to coach basketball, and he had
Coach
got
Shaq.
these groups of
chips,
young
dog.
people.
And Penny.
It was just
That's a great
Oh,
documentary.
Phenomenal.
It's called Blue
It's called
Chips.
Blue Chips. Yeah, it's an excellent movie.
Y'all
Just,
saw
baby,
it,
please
too.
don't go.
And they had that evil booster Happy.
Baby, please don't go.
He had good intentions from where I sit.
So a good documentary, you say?
I thought it was a good one.
Yeah.
I saw a good horror movie, Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
If you like horror
haven't
movies,
watched it
I
yet, but
recommend it.
Kim was like, I don't know if about watching it because she's like, this is something I feel like could totally happen.
I've been listening to these true crime documentary podcasts,
Yeah.
and when I was out there peeing earlier, I was like,
I tell you what, there's certain things I won't listen to especially with the time change when I run on the Greenway, because I've really got to book it to get back to the bank before it's completely
Pitch dark.
And that when you're coming off the soccer field and headed back to the,
That's a long,
there's
dark stretch.
there's no lights until you get to the tennis court, and man, my head's on a swivel.
You ever think you're in the movie Silver Bullet when you cross the wooden bridge in the dusk?
I will say this: I don't know exactly what that feels like, but I've got an inkling because I'm not joking. There'll just be moments where I'm like, look behind you, and I'll look back and I'm waiting to see something dart in the woods, or even worse, somebody just standing on the greenway that has just appeared
In a
and then-
raincoat
and-
for no reason?
Yeah,
what gets me is when you pass the softball fields, and you're coming, and it goes kind of down that hill, and then it goes up under the bridge. That stretch right there.
that's the one.
That's the longest stretch of the greenway, and
I
it's
think it'd be so much better
not
if
even
it
a
was
tenth
like
of a mile.
like a clown in a raincoat. And not a scary clown though, like a truly like every time you see
Hey!
yeah, you can't help but kind of laugh.
The other night, I'd made it to the
Hey,
Ninja
Bradley.
Park by dusk, and there's a lady. I see her there all the time, and she's got her little dog with her, and she's just sitting on one of those benches right beside the Ninja Park, but her back is to you. And the other night, I just had this image of me, because I passed her, and then you circle around and come back, and I was like, man, what if I go by her again, and her head spins all the way around, but nothing else, you know? And I'm just like, what do you do? It's just like I started having all these crazy thoughts because it's dark. It's like,
The last time I was on the
Maybe
Greenway,
ain't you alive?
Good Lord, Bradley.
You call it
I've got a lot.
priest.
I've got one.
Yeah, I have one on speed dial.
There's a part of me that's like, I don't really want to use that light though, because that lets them know I'm coming.
That's weird. That's never mind.
Eli, good stuff, man. Everybody check out Bye Bye Barry on the Amazon, recommended by Eli and his bride. Tooth, music of the week. What we got, buddy?
Man, I got this artist named Petey. Petey, man.
Pablo?
Petey. And I've talked about him before, but there's a song called Family of Six I've really been jamming to, and I've added it to Tooth's Picks on the Spotify. I suggest you check it out. It's called Family of Six. It's by Petey. I like a lot of Petey's songs, so you should, if you like this, you should just check him out in general. Just listen. Petey.
PT. Where do they find it?
Well, you can find my list on Spotify. A lot of people don't like it. Bull's a YouTube fan, but if you go to Spotify and you go to the search engine, you can type in, and actually, I'm just going to be very, very, very specific because I did this today on a guy who just recently got Spotify. And you have to really type in all of it if you haven't looked at it before.
Okay.
So if you haven't done it before, go to the search engine, type in The Everyday Joe Show, Tooth's Picks. And it will pull up, and you can like the list, and you'll get the new songs every week. There are 36 or 37 followers. There's 16 hours worth of music, and it's
You can go to Destin and back.
an eclectic mix, and it's a lot of fun, and I really suggest you try it out. Now, you can also go to our link. We have a link on the Everyday Joe Show website. On our webpage, you can go to the Toothpicks link, and it'll take you directly to Toothpicks on Spotify. So that's an easier route. Once you've signed into it once or twice, so you can type in Tooth, and it'll pop up. Yeah.
Tell you a release that I was pleasantly surprised.
It's not your
about
turn
was-
yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
It's totally your
I'm
turn.
waiting for a dang pause, man. Travis just cut him off.
I was just kidding. It's your turn.
Stain's new album. I heard their new single "Here and Now," which is a killer power ballad.
It's a power ballad, and it's definitely Stained. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all.
I was just surprised that I liked it.
and
I
I'm
wasn't
eager to
expecting
hear more of this album.
It's a good album.
It is a good song. What you're talking about is a good song. I just haven't decided how I truly feel about where it's at on how I like it. Like I don't dislike it, but I don't know if I love it.
Well, I was gonna. I heard that song and I liked it, but I'm a sucker for a power ballad, and so I was like, I'm gonna check out the album, and I listened to the whole album, and I was surprised that I enjoyed the whole album.
This is what, and it's just an opinion, but it's one of these, when you hear it, it's true to the sound of Stained in their power ballads of the past, because that's something that Stained has done before.
Yep.
Home on that first album, Home is a power ballad, but
So Far Away.
this reminded me very much of the way I feel about Blink's new song. It's Blink. There's no denying it. I'm not mad at it either. I don't hate it. Jimmy and I were talking about it at work the last couple days. I think I like the song. It's very, to me, reminiscent of like Adam's song or the one about the spiders. Yeah,
Going up the water spout.
yeah, that's the one.
That's one of my favorites.
But I dig it. I like
Sixth
the
most played song on Spotify for me this year.
Stain,
Itsy
Blink
Bitsy.
182, and Matchbox 20 all have new songs out, and I get it may just be because it reminds me
It's
of the 90s.
nostalgia.
When I lived in Murfreesboro, all three of those bands were huge, and I was just like, man, this takes me back.
It's nostalgia, but they're very reminiscent of their sound, and that I can appreciate.
Yeah. They haven't tried to change. with
What
the
I
times.
don't like, I'm just putting this out there because it falls in the same genres of things we're talking about. Ozzy, when he came out with this Patient Number 9 thing, listen, man, I love Ozzy. I love what he stands for, but it's time to stop. Give up the ghost. This is all auto-tune. It's just stop.
I just without knowing Ozzy's alive and out there makes me happy though.
What made me happy with speaking of auto-tune, him and T-Pain to do a song together.
That was-
In auto-tune, I'm down.
That'd
I'm
be
down.
phenomenal.
And I appreciate the fact that he did a song with Post Malone because my kids won't listen to music if I recommend it, but they heard the Post Malone song. They're like, who is that guy? I was like, that's Ozzy. And they're like, oh, that's Ozzy. And now they will listen to Ozzy in the car.
People are like, oh, Posty's going to make this guy famous.
Yep.
That's right.
But hey, it worked. My kids will now listen to just Ozzy with me, and I'm
I'm
appreciative.
going to
of
jump
that.
in here too because you're trying so hard to go to a break.
Yeah, I got to. So, Tooth, good stuff, man. Appreciate it, as always. And don't forget the new single by Apache Jericho, So Long Without You. We come back, got some Travis talk, then we got some, we're going to figure out what we have learned. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Thanks. Get the app. Please get it. Jimmy Newton. I think
Discuss.
I think Saigon Kicks, Love Is on the Way, and Kicks, Don't Close Your Eyes. Those are my some of my top power ballads.
God, I couldn't pick one. I could do a 16-hour
More Than
playlist
Words.
Yeah.
God, there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Something to Believe In. That's an excellent one.
And I'd say the 90s, like alternative or new metal bands, when they did a power ballad, they did a good job. I mean, I've gone back and like I said, I could put a playlist together of just power ballads, like 16 hours worth of power ballads, and listen to the whole thing and be happy. Golly, what's the name of the band? It's a 90s alternative band. It's Shakespeare's Sister. They have a song called Stay. And it is, I just stumbled on it the other day, forgotten all about it. And what a great power ballad it is.
I saw something totally off subject. I saw something recently on a TikTok or reel or whatever, but it was Dave Matthews. And you know how a lot of these artists will have their guitar and their pedal and they'll loop and then they'll. He did that. He did a whole song. He started with a couple chords on the guitar.
We're losing our,
Something's going on with the TV big time.
yeah,
It's
we've lost
flashing.
everything.
But he did that where he started with this guitar.
What's going on here? What's happening?
Don't know.
I'm not stepping on anything.
I mean, it's still working on here.
We
I
still,
just saw you sit back down. I see Eli dancing in the corner.
I'm not dancing. I'm rotating.
Computer has crashed. Did it pop up and say automatically update?
Already updated before we started.
Well, okay. That's no idea.
Jimmy, is it plugged in? Hi, Jamie Mooneyham.
Thank you, Eli.
Obviously, you don't golf.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 316. Tooth Bull, Eli Kidder, Bradley Ramsey, me, the Travis Reed. Guys, I think we'd be remiss without talking about what happened on the Thanksgiving Day halftime show. How fire was Dolly Parton looking? Dude, and I've seen some people say, oh, she's had surgery. Well, no kidding. That
She's 77 years old.
And she openly admits to having
yeah,
surgery.
she's never denied it. But she looked complete fire.
Gilf.
How you could talk any kind of smack about that lady anyways without the plastic surgery. I don't know how you live with yourself. She looked great, did a great job. I was like, oh, well, she was holding on to the stage. Well, I probably would have been too.
She's 77 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you see the? It was like a screenshot of somebody's phone, and somebody had posted a picture of her from the halftime show and said, "How many beers would it take?" And the first comment was, "She'd probably need about 6." I figured.
She probably needs about 6.
That's good stuff. And I think she did a fantastic job. And I felt bad for her during halftime of the Tennessee game when Peyton escorted her out. And they're playing Rocky Top, and the sound wasn't going to her monitor in her ear. So she couldn't keep up with the music. So that I felt really bad. I was like, man, somebody probably got fired for not doing that correctly.
Yeah.
So I felt bad for her. But I thought she absolutely killed it. And the little fella that did the halftime in the first game.
We saw that one. He's a rapper, the white rapper.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
Vanilla Ice.
No.
The only reason I even knew that guy is he's got a song with
Machine
Lil
Gun
Nas
Kelly?
X.
You called him by name, and I was like,
Yeah.
how do you know
Well,
this
they had
guy?
just announced his name. But
Eminem.
No, but he's got a song with Lil Nas X that my
Should've
kids
been.
love.
DJ Qualls.
He did host Saturday Night Live recently in the last year.
Powder P.
And
Can I get a 12 gauge?
Oh, Jack Harlow.
there you go.
Jack Harlow, that's it.
That's it.
I knew you would know it.
That's how I was just sitting there going on. You was like,
Is he talking about Jack Harlow? I think they're talking about Jack Harlow. Is it Jack Harlow?
Yeah, he did his show on the Frozen set.
Yeah, apparently I didn't see it. Apparently that was not very good. And
I saw it.
Apparently Dolly's blew his out of the water. And I thought Dolly's was great. I mean, and everybody's like, oh, well, where's her mic? Well, it was the earpiece mic like the refs have. You could clearly see. And it's like, oh, well, she's lip syncing. Everybody lip syncs on the halftime shows
I don't.
with every.
Eli wouldn't.
No, but
They want the halftime shows lip sync.
yeah, they sound better.
It's like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Speaking of that, can we talk about that
corn.
for just a minute?
Corn.
I'd like to discuss the Corn song. It's the same going in, coming out. That was on live television.
Dude,
I
and-
saw it go down,
And they
and they bend down and pass the
Pass it.
cob betwixt their legs like it's coming out your bunghole.
did you see it, Bull? I hope you didn't.
I
you
didn't.
can
I didn't
YouTube.
watch the
I didn't
Thanksgiving
see it either.
halftime.
Oh, it's
parade.
terrible.
You can YouTube the song and watch them sing the song, but it is ridiculous. They're like, you can bring it to a wedding or a funeral. And he said something about he can make an onomatopoeia.
Yeah, no, I think that's just something that was on Spotify.
Corn, it's the
We
same
didn't
going
get that
in,
on
coming
YouTube
out.
Music.
If Tooth and I wasted those precious moments of our life, y'all have to go back and watch it so y'all can do it as well. So we're on the same time frame.
What would you even search for?
Well, I got it pulled up for you right here. Don't y'all worry about it. I'll help you out.
On Spotify.
No, man, I'm just
No,
on,
definitely not on
Google.
YouTube Music either. It's terrible. So we'll talk about it during the break. We'll take one more. We come back. We're going to finish up this conversation about corn that was on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And this was
You can find it on Spotify.
Big Green Daddy, apparently. You're listening to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company on Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live.
Get the app.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Everyday Joe Show, brewed by the Common John Brewing Company here, Rooster 1015 and Facebook Live, episode 316. Tooth, Bull, Eli Kidder, Bradley Ramsey, me, the Travis Reed. Love you, Hope.
Love you, Hope.
It's good to see you.
My daughter is just leaving. She hung out for a few minutes.
Hope she's careful.
All right, guys. So we were talking about you showed them the corn video from the Macy's
Well,
Thanksgiving
it's the
Day
same
Parade.
coming in, going out.
That's what they say. And did you hear the guy introducing it, talking about the Jolly Green Giant? He called him the Big Green Daddy, or Green Batty Daddy, or something. I was like, I'm not turning the channel after he said that. I'm gonna watch whatever's happening. I'm watching it,
Big bad
and I
green
regret
daddy.
every single second of it.
And this was the Macy's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because there were 2 Thanksgiving parades this year, which I thought was weird.
Who cares about anything but Macy's?
Not this guy.
And my thought is like, who approved that?
Yeah, somebody was in a room and they put that together and they said, "That's it. That's
That'll
our
say
idea."
That or
Kids will love it. Kids love poop.
This is true.
oh yeah, I'm gonna laugh at poop jokes all day long.
It's the same going in, coming out.
But they paid an astronomical amount of money for that to happen, to get featured on TV, and for that to happen. They said 3 minutes. It was more like 5.
Somebody paid them to sing about poop.
And the amount of time and effort they put into
Oh, it was choreographed to a T.
Yeah.
I mean, they were pulling corn out their
the
hind
rehearsals.
ends.
There's no telling how many rehearsals they had to do. And, at least one of those people was like, "I can't believe I'm doing this. This is my shot."
I have to
though."
look at your butthole one more time today. It's too much.
Bull has said that a lot. What happened?
He's over here chewing that gum out.
He said, "No, I love looking
Look here,
at
hey,
your
Bobby.
butthole, brown-eyed boy."
Bobby. There he is.
It's like a cow.
Chewing the cud.
What'd you need? I told
Chewing
you I
and
was tuning my
chewing
pickup.
all day long. The way that bull does.
Tooth,
So did they?
sir, what have you learned tonight?
I learned that bull has an alter ego
Bobby.
who really likes chewing gum.
Well, I got to come up with what have I learned now? 'Cause you stole it out of my mouth.
Well, I
Just like you did that gum.
I also learned that it's okay to just be okay.
I'm glad you finally learned that.
Learned it.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, that was helmet to helmet contact.
That is-
Somebody's getting ejected.
That's funny. Every time I switch on the on our TV screen, I switch to the football game. Everybody's eyes go to the TV.
Because football brings you together.
It does. Bull, what'd you learn tonight?
I just learned that over the last 2 years, Spotify's stock has dropped over $250 because it's terrible.
So I need to buy in. Okay. It's good to know. I need some
I
stock.
learned that
tips.
Woodard Yankovic is going to have a sandwich soon.
He is at Press Box 11. Eli, what'd you learn, if anything?
Several things, actually. I learned that DK Metcalf's having the game of his life, and that you wear a medium-sized sock.
I didn't see that until after y'all were talking about how tight that's going to hurt.
You love Mariah Carey.
They stretch.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
that's the
Material they
good
make
thing about
socks out of
socks.
are real stretchy.
The scratch.
Just
The
like Mariah
elasticity
Carey.
is incredible.
Bradley, what'd you learn?
I learned that I'm glad I missed the Macy's parade. I'm still stunned by that.
It's the same coming in,
terrible.
going out.
Terrible. Terrible.
Man,
What'd you learn,
That's
Travis?
terrible. I learned that I'm glad that I was not the only one in this room that had to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and saw the corn thing.
Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
It's terrible. And I also learned not to sleep with your teammate's mother.
This is also a
Good
good
advice.
thing
Well-
to live by.
And as long as you expect to stay on the team, don't do it. But hey, if you don't care about staying on the team, go right ahead.
If you have permission from the teammate, it's probably okay.
True. And also, I did learn that Bull loves Bert Kreischer.
And Matt Rife.
And Matt Rife.
And wants them to go parachuting together. Tandem.
Did you see how red his face just got?
And he'll punch his grandmother in the face to have his dream girl.
I'm just sitting here engulfed in the fact that no clue at all until right now did I realize he wears a medium sock.
Well, I don't.
And I mean, that's a little bitty foot.
I have
which
the same.
makes so much sense.
I have
now.
the same shoe size as you. So yes, it does make sense.
I don't own a pair of medium socks.
I learned this week that the Napoleon movie is not about a cool kid with a fro who has sick dance moves.
I want to see that movie
about
too.
some punk French dude.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
I really want to see that movie. I think it's gonna be
I
great.
didn't know Napoleon had a scar on his lip.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Well, he does
Cleft
now.
palate.
wound.
Cleft palate.
Tooth, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well,
See,
thanks for being here and waking
British
up
for
from
you.
your slumber to show up.
I'm glad I did.
You were having a tooth.
Oh, I was having a deep tooth
That's the way I like it.
That's right. He's never achieved
in
it.
the can. Yep.
That's right. Eli Kidder, thanks for being here. Didn't think he was going to show up tonight.
Surprised me.
Yeah.
Scared us.
They hit the road a little earlier.
Oh.
They were like, hey, we're going to head back. So we went and ate dinner and they
right.
jetted. And I thought, well, I'll go.
Yeah, I
'Cause I'm
appreciate
probably
it.
not coming next week. So
Probably not.
I got plans.
Next week, before we get to Bradley, we have the. Remember the little fella that played right before Lewis did at Megan's event? That just
Yes.
shredded that
Yes.
guitar?
Yes.
He's going to
His
be.
friend?
Jordy King.
Oh, no.
He's going to be here next week.
Oh, man, I hate that I'm going to miss him.
And you got plans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he'll be here next week. Bradley, thanks for being here, stepping in.
I'm glad that y'all didn't think Eli was coming.
Yeah.
It worked out perfect.
Well, hey, we'll see you next Thursday.
I'll be here.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Aha!